I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to episode 11 of Aussie Cluff as we seek to return Nottingham Forest to the top of European football. Now, since our last episode, of course, that magical win against Chelsea in the FA Cup, none of us saw that coming, and of course, Bury in the league. We've had 3 games and it's the definition of a mixed bag. You can see it's almost bookend actually, so I just noticed that. We went and played the derby against Notts County. You can see it was 4-2. It was an absolute Mosley masterclass, all 4 goals. It was a wonderful team attacking performance, and with those 4 goals, Callum actually broke the club record for goals in a season. So another little nice record there for Callum, but yeah, 4 goals in a game, absolutely dominant, fantastic. Then we hit sort of the halfway point of the pendulum swing. It was an experimental team against Swindon. You can see we more or less have the league in the bag, and you'll notice we're back a game early, and I'll tell you why in just a second, though you can probably guess. It was, as I said, very much an experimental team. It was 0-0. We actually missed quite a few good chances, and we should have won the game, but in the end, you can see finished with 9 men. Andrew Corner got sent off in the 89th minute for 2 bookings. Marco Turth pretty much followed him down the tunnel in the 90th minute for 2 bookings. So in the end, we were hanging on a little bit in stoppage time, and we had to kind of be happy with the draw. Then this happened. We went in Lincoln, and if only we'd scored a second, we would have been sort of the perfect pendulum swing, but we just fell up a little bit short. It was Ollie Barnett who got the goal, and it was a stunning free kick as well. Watch out for goals of the month at the end of the episode for that one. But yeah, 4-1. It was, believe it or not, actually quite an even game. We just could not score our chances, and we just could not defend. You can see Paul Mooney, look at that, and Mark Page, our 2 young defenders we were giving a chance to, just weren't at the races. And like I say, the shots on goal were actually relatively even. We just didn't score, and they took their chances, and that's why we ended up on the end of a bit of a hiding. But that's not too bad, because you'll see we're about to play Burton away. After this, of course, we go to Wembley for Reading. But we can start the episode, if we look here, with a lift of the league title at the same time as we clinch promotion. We've got the Friday night game, so any sort of result in terms of a win, 3 points here for us, and we've done it. We've both got promoted, and we have won the league. And see Burton in the playoff race as well, so it's not going to be easy, but I'm more than confident, well, I'm hoping anyway, that we'll put our recent bad form behind us when we have our strongest team out there, and we'll go and get promotion. So this is a team we're sending out there to do just that. It's pretty much back to our strongest team. As I said, I had been resting, trying to keep players fresh for the FA Cup. So it's Ollie Day in goal, Davidson, Suter, and Mello Case across the back, Scando and De Silva Lopez down the wings. It's Mason and McCormack in midfield. It's Zelaw. Tilly's not quite back from injury yet, or he may have just come back in the last day or so. So we're not risking him, but it's Zelaw behind Elizage and the goal-scoring Callum Mosley. Hopefully these guys will send us to the promised land of the championship. All right, so we can see the Burton formation there. A little creative for this division, you'd have to say. Expected to prove a point. We are away from home. I'm thinking a win here will secure us the title. I expect nothing less. And then we'll add to that some calm. We have faith. And we'll go out there, and we should be strong enough to get this done here. Let's just hope. So apologies for any hardcore Charlton fans that were tuning in hoping to see Charlton. Obviously, we've got to the league title a little bit quicker than I was anticipating. Zelaw's taken over there. Can we get an early goal? Scando, can he get the cross in? Oh, it's a decent cross in too, but headed away, and that should be the end of the kickoff highlight. We're going to continue. We are going to continue. Now I start to get nervous. This is a continuing highlight. Burton have the ball. This is making me nervous. And yeah, this continues on. So the last 2 games, results haven't been ideal, but like I say, we've been giving the younger guys, the fringe guys, a go. Offside. So that was a bit of a waste of 40 seconds of our lives there, wasn't it? So I'm not, obviously losing 4-1 at home to Lincoln is not a great result. But I think we've learnt something from that, in that Matt Page and Paul Mooney, Mark Page I think it is actually, and Paul Mooney are not going to be long-term plans for us going forward. So that is good, and then it's given us a chance to rest this first-choice team. I did want to play the strongest team this game anyway, because I think we're at Easter, and we have another game coming up on the Monday. There's a wonderful through ball from Zelaw for Elizage! Oh, post! Oh, so close. So I did want to rest this strongest team against Charlton, so where they stay fresh for the following weekend, of course, which is Reading in the FA Cup semi-final. So in a way, it's better to come back for this game and miss the Charlton one, just so it's the strongest team playing. Another ball for Mosley. Callum Callum Mosley can just not stop scoring. That's his 25th league goal this season, I think. Goals of the month this episode is going to be essentially a Callum Mosley special because that's his 5th goal, and I think we've scored 6 since. Well, actually, no, because we got a couple. Oh, no, we did just get the one, didn't we? I'm blabbering on. But anyway, most of our goals this month have been from the boot of Callum Mosley. Now, can we go and add to that lead? It doesn't look as though we can. Can we get it? Is that the guy we had at Villa, the right winger? Kyle Richards, I think it is. I'll have to check. He was, at one point, ever since that goal against Coventry where Scando passed it back and Dave was just stood there and looked at that. No, this isn't good. He's there. He just knocks it around the post. I get nervous whenever there's a back pass to Ollie Day now. Corner comes in. We should be able to clear it, and we do. Highlight looks like it's going to continue. And it is a horrible, horrible shot, so that's fine. Of course, with this 1-goal lead, this means as things stand right now, we're going up, we're champions, we've won the league, and that would be a nice way, I think, to lead off the episode. I'm really, I don't know, anxious if that's the word, but this Reading game, I feel like having beaten Chelsea, we should beat them. And they are in this. It looks dangerous. Oh, this looks very dangerous, and I can't shoot. I feel like having beaten Chelsea, Reading we should be beating them now. I almost, in my head, think that that should make us favourites. But of course, Reading is still a Premier League club, and we are still a League One club. Albeit Reading look like they're going to be relegated, and we are almost certainly we are going to be promoted at some point. So next season we'll be in the same division. So, should we be winning this game? I don't know. Obviously, there would be a lot of changes between a Premier League club going up and a League One club going down. And a League One club coming up. There's going to be signings, and next season I'd go into a game against Reading expecting to beat them. But I don't know. And then of course, we could have a potential final against Villa, which I just realised after recording the last episode that if we were to play Villa in a final, Callum Mosley and Ollie Day as lone players from Villa wouldn't be able to play. There's a decent ball for Elazar. Can he finish it? That's a really good chance to all but secure the league title for us. Let's give them a concentrate here coming into half-time. I think you wouldn't begrudge us a second goal. We've dominated chances. We've had more of the ball. Look at that. Look at the motivation. Fired up. That's what we like to see. I mean, they've been sitting on the bench for 2 games watching all the reserves get absolutely pounded. So they should be hungry for it, if nothing else. Elazar isn't having his best game. Mason isn't having his best game either. I think that's going to be our big selection dilemma ahead of... let's do this first. We'll give it a passionate. Things are going well, but you're better. Everybody's motivated. What we'll do is I'll do these individual team talks, and then we'll come back for the second half. So as I was saying, I think our big selection dilemma ahead of Reading is whether we play Liam Mason as a deep-lying playmaker or Lewis Brunt, because I do like Brunt in that position, but Mason is statistically in the game the better player. So, it's going to be interesting, isn't it, to see what we end up doing there. I might play Brunt in the next game against Charlton and see how he goes and make a decision from that. Quickly, I almost forgot. That would have been horrible. Zelaw, follow viewer of the channel that the player Zelaw is named after. Go! What a strike that was at the back post. Let's have a look at this. Scando knocks it in. It's a bullet cross, and De Silva Lopez absolutely blasts that into the back of the net. 2-0, that should be the league title. And what I was going to say is that Zelaw Jr. is joined the world. So congratulations, Zelaw. I'm sure in, 15, 16 seasons' time, there'll be a little Zelaw Jr. running into the academy. Just sort of a public formal congratulations to Zelaw on the birth of his first son. So let's see what we can do here. Of course, a Zelaw goal, we could do the little rockabye goal celebration. That would be a nice way to finish off the title here, wouldn't it? But at 2-0 with not that long to go, this should be done and dusted for us. Do we look to make subs? We're not looking too tight anywhere. Scando with the throw for Bobby Mack. turns. It's not the best ball into the box, is it? Can we keep the pressure on? It's a long ball up. We have the towers of strength back there. We do win the header. Z-Lord's onto it. What can he do? Look at the space for his winger out here. Malachi's out there too. Who's that going to be? Da Silva Lopez. I can never remember what wing's which. It's a decent cross in for Elazar. Just past the post. Never really looked like going in, did it? One thing we might look at doing here, actually, Elazar isn't having his best game. Louis Mars hasn't played that much of late, so just for the sake of match fitness, we might just look to bring him on for Elazar. Give him a run out and see how he goes. Again, he was someone that will be playing against Charlton just to make sure he's got some match sharpness in case he's needed in the Reading game. I've pretty much, if you may have noticed, this whole in-between episodes has just been around trying to make sure everybody's as fit as they can possibly be, ready for this FA Cup semi-final. Because I did not expect, when we took over at Nottingham Forest, freshly relegated into League One, I did not expect to have a game at Wembley that wasn't maybe a playoff final this season. We did have kind of a soft run in, I think, in the FA Cup. But beating Chelsea more than justifies our spot there, I think. We've beaten everybody in front of us. Scando with a cross in for Elazar. He cannot hit a barn door today, can he? I think that's a good decision to take him off because he's just not having a good game. Don't really have anyone to bring on for Scando's looking tired. Bobby Mack is coming back from an injury. I'm wondering, actually, if we might... There's not too much point at this time. Louis Mars brings it down. Louis Mars! Oh, just past the post again. We might just take Bobby Mack off. We'll bring Montgomery on because he's one of the youngsters that we're just trying to give some game time to. He has a little bit more potential than some of the others. So any game time we can give him is going to be beneficial, I think. I should have done that sooner. That's me blabbering on and making birth announcements and all that sort of stuff. Louis Mars knocks it down. He's not going to get on the end of that. Elder back to the keeper. This is only seconds to go from being officially crowned the League One champions. Will Ollie Day get the chance to take the goal kick? Surely that's it. There we go. Well done, boys. We are back up into the championship. A dominant win, wasn't it? That was a really good performance, especially after the last two games where it could have affected dressing room morale, let's face it. But it didn't, and we are very happy with that, and on we go. There it is. It is official. Nottingham Forest win Sky Bet League One. That's a nice little bow feather in the bow, whatever that saying is. Initial budgets. How are we looking here? 190 grand a week. That's a nice little increase. I think we're at 120 or 130 that we're actually spending this season. So that's a nice little boost, I should say, to the wage budget, bonuses. We won't worry about that. Everybody stay there because when we come back, we're off to Wembley for the FA Cup semi-final. All right, are you ready for Wembley? I know I am, and I'm starting to feel a little bit sick, actually, a little bit nervous here. Look at this. Historically, in this game, we've never beaten Reading, and they are the favourites. I don't know what to make of this. But before we get to this, just a quick recap on where we stand here. We played Charlton in between games. You can see a comfortable 3-0 win. Paul Mooney with 1, Louis Mars with 2 in the second half. We were a little bit slow in the first half, but second half we were much better, and 3-0 was just about deserved, I think. And you may have noticed back here as well, it is Aston Villa that awaits us in the final, should we make it. 1-0 win over Tottenham. I think it was Jordan Cameron, the big Aussie here. He put them through to the final, but let's worry about that when we get there, and if we get there. So this is the team, the heroes we're sending out to face Reading. It's Ollie Day in goal. It's Davidson, Suter, and Malocase in the defensive line. It is Scando, and it is Da Silva Lopez down the wings. It's Mason. We're going with Mason just over Brunt with Bobby Mack in midfield. Tilly Elazar and Callum Mosley. They are the guys that start up front for us. And you can see on the bench, we've gone with some more attacking options. It's Mitchell and Njoku with defensive options, but Brunt, Zelor, Ollie Barnett, and Louis Mars. We've got a lot of attacking options on the bench. So if things aren't going well, we do have options. We can see they're going to 4-3-3. That's how the scouts expected them to play. We're going to be looking to exploit the flanks. That's our general plan here. Team talk. It can only be, I think, against Chelsea, a passionate. Let's give the fans a performance here. Like I said last game, I almost feel like we should be winning this, having beaten Chelsea. But you've got to remember, this is still, for this season, a Premier League club, and we are still, for this season, the last 2 games that remain of it, we are still a League One club as well. So let's, fingers crossed, let's go out there, give this a go, and see what happens. All right, Forest fans in full voice at Wembley. A little bit like the Chelsea game, we are going for it. You'll see we are still attacking. It worked for us against Chelsea. And to be honest, I don't want to, again, sit back and think, if you remember, if you've been with us the whole time, when we played our first Champions League final and we went out to try and contain Paris and we lost 1-0, and it was just such a flat feeling that I had afterwards, because we didn't play our best, because we were too concerned about them and not letting them be concerned about us. So I've learnt my lesson from that. Is that Cadden from Villa Central defender, I wonder? Mosley's on a bit of a break here for Elazar. There's a chance if we can pick a pass. Lopez, can he get a ball into the box? It's in for Tilly. Can Tilly pick a pass? Back out to Lopez. We need this cross coming in, son. There he goes for Callum Mosley. Goal! We've taken an early lead, and of course the heartbreak of this is that if we can hang on to this lead, Callum can't play in the final because we're playing Villa. And what a finish that is, first time. I don't actually know even if I'd had the foresight to think that we would be playing in a cup final against Villa, if I could have added in a clause in the contract to allow him to play against his parent club. But I'll be honest, if that is something I could have done, that is 100% my fault, but and I'm sure it's understandable, did not think that we would be going into a cup final against Aston Villa. Right, well, now we have something to lose and a long time to hang on. Against Chelsea, we scored really late, and so we didn't really have to sit here stomachs churning for that long. This is exciting. Come on, boys, let's see if we can get a tackle in. Hold our shape. It's a good tackle from Bobby Mack. Davidson clears. Can Ollie... no, what's his face? It's not Ollie Day up there. That would be Callum Mosley. And no, because he's doing his job diligently and tracking his fullback to close down that option. Can we get another tackle in here? Now, the problem we can see straight away here is that we didn't really have an out ball, did we? Good defense from Sutar. Here we go. That's what we need. We need to be clearing to the flanks because that's where our strikers are. It's gone over the top for Elazar. He's going to get onto that. It's lagging a little bit, which isn't great. It's gone there for Bobby Mack. Bobby Mack! Two quick fire goals, and suddenly it's looking really, really good. When was the last time a League One club made the FA Cup final? Good run from Bobby Mack into the box too, wasn't it? Well finished, well picked out. Just a good goal on the counter-attack. 2 up, and it's only 23 minutes in. Yeah, when was the last time a League One club or a third-tier club made the FA Cup final? I can't Google while we play here, otherwise I'm going to slow this laptop down even more so than it appears to already be. But I'm wondering when it would have happened at some point in the history of English football, I'm sure, but certainly not in recent times. Now, that's not great for Callum Mosley. It's a ball back across. He's offside. I think the linesman had his flag up, didn't he? Yes, he did have his flag up. I just saw the linesman with his flag up, so we got away with one there. Let's give that this. I almost gave them a concentrate after that second goal, and I think now it's definitely needed. We don't want to get complacent, given that we've put ourselves in such a good position here. Let's see what's going to come of this. You do wonder if they were playing a little bit conservatively at the start, that they are now going to come at us because they don't have a choice, do they? There could be an argument for playing on control rather than attack. That is a very good argument. I'm just trying to think of a counter against it. With the way that the game looks like it's going right now, I can't really think of one. Maybe Maybe that's something we should look at doing. Can we get a tackle in here? Stop the cross coming in. We can't. It's Sterling. It's not the right one. Oh, just over, was it? We might actually, if we can pause that there, can we give them a concentrate? Not yet. But I really can't think of a decent enough reason why we shouldn't go back to control. We've scored from only 2 shots on goal. Decent ball into the box. It's knocked out. Back for Mason. Mason picks a decent pass for Davidson, out for Tilly. Tilly in for Callum Mosley. Callum! Oh! You'd have to think at 3-0 that could be it. But it's not. It's still only 2-0. Surely now we can give them a concentrate coming into half-time. We can. Oh, this is just going so well, isn't it? Bobby Mack in for Callum Mosley. Can he square it? No, he couldn't get in there. Bobby Mack out for Elazar. What's he doing there? Oh, I tell you what. We've had some chances, haven't we? I'm a little bit of shock here, to be honest. It's still even, though. Both teams have had 6 shots on goal. We've just put ours on target and scored 2 of them. Or put more of them on target and scored 2 of them. Another chance here. Ollie Day, what a save that is. And a decent tackle to put it behind for a corner as well. Or was it a goal kick? It was a goal kick. Even better tackle. Yeah, I mean, look at this. They've maybe even just shaded the game, but we've been ruthless, haven't we? 8 shots, 4 on target, 2 goals. The perfect 50% drop-off. So there we go. That's half-time. It's 2-0. It's going to have to be an assertive, don't get complacent, isn't it? There's no other way around that. Everybody's motivated. Everybody's reacted well to that. Ollie Day, will tell him he's actually done well, but we'll say that there's more to come. And let's just get back out there, I think. There's no real need to change anything. I'm assuming their formation, it still looks like it's a 4-3-3 with the 3 central strikers. It's just a really, I don't say strange formation, but they're going to be narrow, aren't they? And I think the fact that we have our strikers marking fullbacks getting forward, I think it's just going to frustrate them and strangle them, but let's give them another constant. Let's see what happens with this highlight, actually. Although, if either team happens to score from it, I still think concentrate is probably the right shout to be giving. It's a decent movement. Oh, no. So, it was never going to be easy, and they've got one back. If we look here, I just think, is it Suter didn't follow the runner in? Was he offside? He might have been close to offside, actually. Yeah, you can see head in hands. He knows he made a mistake. So let's hope with the shout of constant, Elazar just picked up a knock. I don't understand why our strikers are looking so nervous. Have they collided into each other? Is that what's happened there? Gushed upper leg. All right, let's... He's looking nervous now anyway, so we'll take him off. We'll put Louis Mars on, which is fine. We play him as an advanced forward, and I'm not sure if I have low crosses. I have mixed crosses, so we've lost our height, so we'll put low crosses in, and then everything else there should be fine. I don't really want to shut the game down just yet, because it's still too long to go. Oh, 2-1 up. We're so close to a final. Oh, no, I just made that sub. That's really frustrating, isn't it? Do I need to redo the change of crosses? No, I don't. Okay, I'm hoping that's still just the gashed upper leg and nothing more serious. Mosley's looking nervous as well. We do have Ollie Barnett can play as a striker. Can we get this clear, please? We're there. Let's finish the clearance. We can. Can we launch a counter? Tilly for Callum Mosley. He's got a knock as well. What can Callum do? Can he beat his man? Can he beat his man? He can. Go on, Callum. Go on, Callum. Oh, he scooped it. Oh, that would have... I don't want to say it would have won it for us, but it would have gone close, wouldn't it? Let's give it a encourage, I think. We're looking motivated and all nervous. Yeah, that seems to have worked. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. All right, let's start and try and close this game down. We'll go Scando. We might move them back to fullbacks and play them as a fullback on support. I don't want to lose all our width here. I think De Silva can go back there. Yes, he can. Play him as a defensive wing back, maybe. We'll go in here. We'll lower the tempo. We'll play highly structured. We'll stay on our feet. We'll be more disciplined. We'll stick to positions. We'll retain possession, but mix the passing in case it needs to go. Anything else we can see there? I don't think so. We'll stay on control for now. I don't want to go back to defensive too early. It's just going to invite pressure doing that. Look at that. They're looking frustrated as well. We're looking motivated. Oh, we got 6 minutes of stoppage time. Oh, this is going to kill me. We deserve this. I think we deserve this. All right, let's... Oh, no. It's a Reading highlight. Oh, we're so close. No, that's so much space. Oh, it's a corner. All right, everybody, pray to your respective gods that we can get this clear. Comes in. It's a... Whoa! That was a little lucky. All right, let's send this to defensive now. Sit back. We've got a minute to go. The ironic thing here is that we actually never won the FA Cup at Villa. We lost the final, but we never actually won it. Malachi sets that clear. Can we get a foot in here? Oh, there's men forward. Can we clear it? Scando's on it. Up to Tilly. All right, take your time here, James. Take your time. Take your time. Back to Scando. Back to Scando. Back to... Oh, he's gone in field to Bobby Mack. That's all right. Can we play a ball through? Come on, Callum. Go on, Callum. Go on, Callum. Go! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are going to the FA Cup final with League One Nottingham Forest. What an end to the season this is going to be. It's going to be Tuesday. It's going to be an FA Cup final. It's going to be the wrap-up of our first season at Nottingham Forest. And as league champions and FA Cup finalists, could we ever have dreamt it would have gone this well? Unbelievable stuff. What kills me with 2 goals that Callum Mosley's not going to be able to play the final. That's such a downer. But, I mean, Ollie Day as well in goal. We'll have to... Yeah, maybe McGill, the backup. He's done okay. But let's not worry about that now. That's a problem for Tuesday. Let's just rejoice in the fact that we are coming back to Wembley for a second time for a FA Cup final against our old club, Aston Villa. You couldn't make it up, could you? Let's go. A passionate congratulations. That's good for that. And on we go. Superior finishing provides the cutting edge for Nottingham Forest. That superior finishing, of course, was all Callum Mosley. Almost £1 million in the bank. We need that because I think we're actually just dipped into debt. Mosley's injured. He had that knock 5-6 days. That's fine. He can't play the final anyway, though, can he? What was Elizage? 2 weeks. He should be fine as well. But that's it for this episode. You can see the FA Cup final. It's there. It's going to be next episode. It's going to wrap up the season for us, and it's going to be against Aston Villa. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed that and an FA Cup semi-final win, you could not have enjoyed that. Make sure you leave me a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe, because not only do we have an FA Cup final to look forward to, we have a season in the Championship as well. So it's exciting times ahead. But until Tuesday in the FA Cup final, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you very much for watching. And here are some of our best goals from from April. Take care.
Father's voice now